This video discusses a poll I ran right here on YouTube, which asked the question, what does financial safety in retirement mean to you? Coming up next on Holy Schmidt.
Holy Schmidt!
There are a lot of opinions on what a good retirement means to people. Some think retirement is all about travel and excitement. Others want to be around friends and family. Still others want a more quiet retirement where they spend more time with a single loved one, perhaps not even in the same country. But there is one point that everybody agrees on, and that is retirement, no matter how you live it, should have a high degree of financial safety. What is financial safety? Well, we're about ready to talk about it, but before we do, please make sure you hit the like button. YouTube uses the number of likes in its algorithm to push a video up in the search results, and I want to help as many people as possible. All right, let's get into it. Financial safety is a term I use to describe the cash flow that covers someone's monthly or annual expenses, all of them, and any surprise expenses that show up unexpectedly. Financial safety doesn't mean living in the Four Seasons private residence in New York City, but it does mean living in a clean, comfortable, safe home someplace in this country. So what did the respondents in the poll say? Well, 24% of the respondents said financial safety meant that their home was paid off, that their house was paid off. This is an interesting one because 2 weeks ago I published two different videos. One was why you should sell your home and live in a rental home in retirement, and the other was the opposite, why you should buy or own a home and not live in a rental home in retirement. And the responses were quite favorable from two different sets of retirees, as you would expect. Still, 24% isn't an insignificant number, but it was by far number one. 27% said that they would feel financially safe if they had a modest pension that covered all primary expenses. While the poll didn't define what primary meant, you can assume that that means more than basic and less than extravagant. I think that's what most people would consider to be primary. 39% said that having $1 million in retirement savings was their definition of financial safety. And then there was the other category, that was 10%. And as you would expect, the responses were varied. And I asked this group, if it didn't fall into one of those categories, to write in their responses. The comments were quite different. Everybody seemed to have a different view, but there were some common themes. The first was around medical expenses. The ability to cover all medical costs was what a number of people considered as financially safe. A few said no standard of living change. Living in retirement like they live in their working years. A few identified inflation as an issue, and having income that goes up with inflation was very important. And a few others mentioned great health. I think this falls into the medical category. And 10 of the respondents wrote in all of the above. A pension, a paid off home, and $1 million in assets. Of course, the definition of financial safety is going to be slightly different for everyone, but if you'd like to see the results of the poll and the comments, just go into the community section of the YouTube Holy Schmidt page, and it will be right there, right at the top. If you like this video, please make sure you click subscribe and notifications so that you get alerted the next time I post a video. Retirement information is changing fast, and I work very hard to get what's out there and here for you. This is Jeff Schmidt. Thanks for watching.